If we're being honest, I eat healthy so I can have a glass of rosé every day. Hey there, welcome back to AmyTV. You know, you're probably a lot like me. I'm on the go all the time. It doesn't matter if it's like flying somewhere or just running around doing something. And if you're very consumed, busy, productive, all these things, it can sometimes interfere with your diet and what you eat and eating right and just being healthy in general. You could be on a plane all the time like me, or maybe you just can't figure out how to feed yourself when you're in charge of feeding everyone else, and that's taking up the bulk of your day. And then you find yourself trying to rationalize a trip through the drive-thru at Mickey D's like it could ever be a very good decision. It's not. So today I'd like to share some of my healthy eating habits that I use to stay away from the classic excuses of eating like crap and help me continue to become a more productive person both in work and life. Because as you probably know well, if you don't eat well, if you don't take care of yourself, then you're not productive or efficient in any capacity, no matter how much you have to get done. Even a simple task could seem so difficult because you don't feel at your best. So I want to share some of those tips today. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel. I usually upload videos every Sunday and Wednesday, and you can expect that a lot going forward. But this week is a little bit different. I'm posting on Monday and Thursday because I'm taking next week off. I'm going on my honeymoon. This is me warning you that I am not posting videos next week. Please forgive me. But also, a healthy habit. I'm actually taking a vacation, which doesn't happen very often. And you really can't be mad at me because this honeymoon is like 10 months late. So I promise I will be back. The next video will be a Sunday video and it will be posted on August 5th. So I will see you then. Healthy eating habit number 1, that would be Blue Apron. First and foremost, big shout out to Blue Apron for sponsoring this episode of AmyTV. If you have been watching my channel, you already know I'm a huge fan. I have been subscribed to Blue Apron for I think about 5 years now. I am all about that Blue Apron life. Last time you probably saw this in my productive evening routine video because this is a productive evening at home. Me being able to cook for my family, which is me and Vin, and Lucy just gets dog food. But we might slip her a little something if it's really good. But being able to create a meal in my own kitchen that is healthy, that is balanced, and that I know all the nutritional value for. Blue Apron does that for me. And I think the biggest part, you guys know, I hate wasting time, and I waste so much time shopping for ingredients I've never heard of that I need approximately a pinky size of in recipes I find on the internet. I cannot stand it. I don't want to be the expert in what we should be eating. I want experts to tell me, here's what matches up with your priorities for your diet. Here are all the things for you to make that thing. And then I get to feel like a chef in my own kitchen, cooking for my family. I love it. I absolutely love it. I can't stop with the Blue Apron. Sometimes I subscribe to it and get it when I'm out of town, and that really sucks because I never remember to turn it off because I want to make sure I have it each and every week. So with lowering my stress for not having to shop as much and being fulfilled in my kitchen, being able to cook, that's one big health benefit. But like I said, you really can track calories. It's not very often that you find some recipe on the internet and make it and you really know what that calorie count is and all of the nutritional values, and Blue Apron provides that information. So I love that. If you would like to give Blue Apron a try yourself, you better act quickly to get some free meals. Blue Apron is offering the first 50 people who sign up with my link in the description $50 in free meals. So go check that out, sign up ASAP, because you can just try it out, see if it's right for you. I know that not everything I suggest, especially today, not everything I suggest is going to be right for everyone, but you can try things out for free because of what we can do here as a community, and I think that that is amazing. So go and check that out. My second healthy eating habit is something a little bit different. It's called time-restricted eating. This is particularly useful for me to have some uniformity of how often I eat and when I eat, no matter if I'm traveling or if I am home. I personally like to eat during a restricted time period because what it does is it keeps me from snacking too much throughout an entire day. It really says like it's fine to eat whatever you're planning on eating during these hours, and that way I'm not eating too close to bed, which is just really not good for you. There's a lot of research behind this as well. This sort of like timed eating can be great for your metabolism and for muscle mass growth, which is awesome because I hate lifting personally. So anything I can do that helps that without me having to work out is is great. If you've heard of this before, it may have been in the context of the intermittent fasting practice, which a lot of people do. And I think that that's actually a little bit more complicated than just eating during certain time frames. It has to do with your diet as well. But you may have heard of this in sort of that situation if you're familiar. Basically, my goal is to eat during a maximum of 10 or minimum of 8-hour time frame per day. This way I'm technically fasting for about 14 to 16 hours, in that nighttime. It's a very long nighttime, but during those hours I'm not eating, and so that really helps me kind of balance out what I'm doing when I'm putting food in my body. This time frame usually looks like 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So those are the hours that I will eat. And I know that sounds crazy to a lot of people. I tell my friends this, they're like, wait, you don't eat until 11 a.m.? And even my husband, has kind of a hard time with this because he works out so early in the morning, and it's very difficult for the type of workout that he does to not take in some sort of sustenance at that point in time. So it's a little bit of a battle, and it's different for everyone, but that personally does work for me. I can pretty much go on water for the entire morning, even after doing my workout, and it works for me. If you're interested in learning about this at all to find out if it's right for you, you can definitely search on YouTube for some pretty great informative videos on this. And there's an app that I particularly like called Zero, which helps you tracking your fast. So you kind of like clock in and clock out when it's time to eat or when it's time to not eat, really. And that's kind of nice if you're just getting started and you're having a hard time figuring out, like, can I eat yet? My third healthy eating habit is protein bars on me all the time. Whether I'm just running around and they're in my handbag, or if I'm traveling and they are in my carry-on, I try to have protein bars with me all the time. Vin and I kind of stick with the idea that if we go somewhere, let's say a networking event or a party or whatever the case may be, and there's really no food there that we're happy to eat, like it's all like sweets or it's just too much carbs and we just don't want any part of it, our typical rule is just to stay away from it completely, because unfortunately you're better off not really eating anything in that situation than eating the crappy stuff, because it leads to a lot of other crap. But that also sucks, because then you don't get to eat. So that's why I like to have these protein bars on me all the time, so you're never in a situation where you're starving and you can't do anything about it, or if you're in one of these situations you really don't want to eat what's out there, that you can choose something better until you get into a situation where you can prepare yourself a proper meal. And my fourth and final healthy eating habit is fiber crackers. This is kind of a weird one, I know. I've actually been doing a lot of research in the last year about fiber. I find it very fascinating what it can do to help your body process food, obviously, and sort of just like keep your metabolism in a good place, which is becoming noticeably slower as I continue to age. A really great book I read on this is called The F Factor Diet by Tanya Zuckerbrot. Just a lot of great insight and information in there, and she has so many resources and products that are fiber filled, but she actually introduced me to these Scandinavian fiber crackers that I can only find on Amazon for some reason, so I kind of have them in bulk. It's ridiculous. They do not taste good whatsoever. However, if you pair them with some sort of protein or something, like whether it's peanut butter or eggs or salmon or something else, if it's being used as the purpose of sort of your carbohydrate, has a ton of fiber in it, and you can kind of balance things out. Lately, I've been going to the airport and getting those new egg bites at Starbucks, and I will get the one that's a little bit better on the carb side and pair it with my crackers. And it's a perfect thing to eat before I fly, so I'm not eating the crap that they pass out. I'll link to those crackers below. They're on Amazon, like I said, so if you're interested in sort of incorporating a little bit more fiber into your diet and trying to find a way to do it that would be super easy, not necessarily the most tasty, then you can check that out. All right, it's your turn. This is your question of the day. What are your healthy eating habits? I would love to find out what you do to stay on your A game when it comes to eating. I'm not perfect. I love a good lemon tart sometimes, or a lemon bundt cake. I love chocolate of all kinds, but I do try so hard to stay in my lane with my eating for the most part, because I'm traveling all the time. I'm running here, I'm running there, and every time you slow yourself down by not treating your body right, it sucks. So I want to hear your tips. I want to know what you think. Leave that in the comments below. Don't forget to have a balanced meal at home, probably for free if you sign up with the link below by checking out Blue Apron. Let me know what you think of that as well. Like I said, I'm die hard. All these other companies, they try to come in and say like, we're better. No. Blue Apron is my spot. That's all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. Make sure you subscribe for good vibes, and remember to continue to go after the life that you want. Cheers.